A week ago, I was lying down in my bed, and I read something very interesting. I read that 99% of all entrepreneurs will face a rejection in the very first stages of their businesses. Now, that makes sense, right? It's hard, it's a long journey. But after that, I read that 9 out of 10 will face the rejection and will stop their entrepreneurial journey there. They will never face the yes. They will never get to the point where their business actually succeeds. So they start the journey, hear a yes, hear a no, and stop there. That doesn't make sense to me. That's what I want to talk with you about today. Before we get started, I want to introduce myself really quick. I'm the co-founder and CEO at AutoDS. AutoDS is the #1 all-in-one dropshipping solution. But my journey wasn't easy. I faced so many no's. When I just started, my first marketing campaigns got me to a situation where the bank called me and told Lior, we are closing your bank because you don't have money anymore. The first business partners and investors that I wanted to talk to them and maybe collaborate with them said no. And even when we thought that everything is going really well, our software got hacked, and all the usernames of all our customers changed to this account was hacked by the hacker name. The competitors tried to take everyone to them. The thing is that to me, these no's, that's what fuels my motivation. That's what wakes me in the morning. That's what wakes me every day to become a better version of myself, to become a better entrepreneur. And that's what made AutoDS to become the business that got acquired by Fiverr. Today, I want to share with you some of my stories, some of the no's and some of the rejections that I got during my journey, how I overcame them, and how it helped AutoDS to become the version it achieved, and to me, to become a better entrepreneur. So the first one is pretty funny. I was a problematic kid in the school. I dropped from one school, went to another school. I was fighting with different kids. I was smoking. And I also decided to start selling e-cigarettes in the school. So I was just smoking my own cigarette, and some people came to me and said, Lior, can I get also this cigarette? And I told them, of course, give me now $100, and a month from now, you will get your e-cigarette. I was buying them for $50. So that was my actually first business. I was going with these bags of e-cigarettes to different places, selling it to different kids, to birthdays, to parties, to events, to my parents' friends because their kid wanted this cigarette. I was selling it everywhere. And this business was actually successful. But that was also my first no, because the school called to my dad and said, listen, your kid is selling e-cigarettes here. Everyone is starting to smoke because of him. What's going on here? Now, usually I don't really listen to my dad too much, but I loved this school, I liked my friends, and I didn't want to switch school anymore. Also, I was tired of going like an idiot to different places with these bags and selling e-cigarettes to different people physically. My parents' apartment became a small warehouse. I didn't want that anymore. So I took this no from the school, from the teachers, and I decided to start selling that online. I opened an eBay account, and I opened it for something else and started to sell their phones, but also I saw the opportunity to start selling there my e-cigarettes. And from there, this no from the school that they called my dad and maybe I could just give up on this business, that became a business for me for 8 years. For 8 years, I started to do dropshipping of e-cigarettes, cell phones, gadgets, toys, followers on Instagram, on Twitter, tons of things. It was amazing. One day I woke up in the morning and I got this message. My eBay account, my only business, was suspended after 8 years. That's the only thing I've done. I almost never worked in any other place. I was a developer, freelance, and also done the dropshipping. And at that point, I didn't really know what to do. Now, as an optimistic person, I'm always trying to be optimistic. I just called eBay and I told them, hey, I got this weird email from you today, something about terms of condition. Could you please open my account? And I remember eBay telling me, no, because you abuse our terms of condition. I'm like, yes, I know, but I'm sorry. Please, still, could you open my account? And I remember this agent saying, no, sir, it's final. OK. So I thought to myself, as a developer, I could make between 100 to 200K a year. My mom probably would be proud of me. And maybe I should just be a developer somewhere, and that's it. If I would be this 9 out of 10, this 90% that usually face rejection and just give up, probably I would work as a developer until today. But I decided to look at that as an opportunity. Because I already knew this business, and I decided that I don't want just to give up after all this time. I really liked it. It worked. So I decided to open a new eBay account. And very quickly I understood that if I open just one account, eBay can just close this account too. So I opened 100. I opened 100 eBay accounts, even though that I couldn't even manage successfully one. I started to work on these accounts and started to get some sales. The problem is that when you scale so much, so fast, you start to get sales that are in loss because you couldn't manage to sync the prices. I sold products that are already out of stock from my suppliers. And very quickly, eBay started to close more accounts for me. So I shared this story with some friends and some people that I know, and everyone told me, Lior, are you crazy? Why did you go to 100 accounts? Start slowly. Scale down. And I believe that if I would be, again, this 90%, I would just scale down. But I decided that I should combine my both skills as developer and as dropshipper and create a software that will just manage my 100 accounts. I didn't give up. And I decided that I don't want to scale down. I want to still face this no, face this rejection, and overcome it. So this software, this amazing black screen, it started as a software for myself. It's called eBay Conquer Manager. I created it to manage my own 100 eBay accounts. And eventually, it became the software that I sold to Fiverr. If I would face this rejection, and just stop there, I would never build this software. But this software built only for myself. So I started to work with this software, started to scale, and also I went to a lot of conferences. That's something that I really like this one, for example. And I went to other people, and I shared with them, hey, this is how I manage my own dropshipping business. What do you think? And I remember that everyone looked at me and said, Lior, why don't you release this software to other people? Why don't you give other people to use your own software? If it works well for you, it will work also well for others. Help us. So I thought about it, and I said, OK, let me think about it. But the problem is that there is one market leader, really big market leader. It's two brothers, very successful. They had business knowledge, finished business school, had connections, had money. Most of the market already used this software. How can I compete with them? I don't have any experience, any business knowledge, any connection, and any money. It was like an internal no that I cannot go into this market. And I started to think maybe still yes. Because I had this internal fire, this thing that said, Lior, if they can do that, you can do that too. Why would someone could do something and you couldn't do the same and better? So we started to work on adding beta testers to use our own software. And from there, every feature that this competitor released, we released the same feature but better. Any feature release that they did on WhatsApp groups, they wrote, hey, we have a new feature. They wrote like a huge message of announcement. A minute after, I posted my own announcement. And that's how we started. And things started to work really well. I called Ophir, our CMO, and I told him, listen, we need to start scaling. How can we do that? We brainstormed, we tried to think about different ideas, and one of them was influencers. So we reached out to 30 different influencers. We said it will be easy, let's just message them. We DM'd them on IG, hey, my name is Lior, I'm the co-founder and CEO of AutoDS, the #1 dropshipping tool. It wasn't the #1 at all back then. Let's work together, let's collaborate. And sent 30 messages, 2 answered. This thing that I thought will be our best marketing campaign, because this is what worked for us before, courses that we were integrated to, actually became a huge failure. I flew to New York. I was waiting for one of them there for an hour in a coffee shop, and the guy even didn't arrive. Fuck that. I'll just become an influencer by myself. So we sent an email to all our customers, hey, we are going to release now 100 dropshipping videos, 1 video per day, and we will help you for free. Leave these gurus. Eventually, this YouTube channel became the #1 YouTube channel for a dropshipping software company with over 250,000 subscribers. In the next few days, it should be 300,000, millions of views, and the whole team that's working on this YouTube channel. Why? Because I didn't give up, because I saw that they rejected me, because I tried to understand why they rejected. I understood that it's because they don't have the authority, and we just became the best at that game too. Now, everyone who is in e-com knows exactly what happened in 2020. E-commerce, everyone thought that e-commerce is going to die. Shipping prices went up, shipping speed went up. Everyone thought that this market will be gone for a few months. All our competitors started to scale down. It was a rejection from the world. Think about it. Like, you had this huge unknown situation where you don't know where this market will go. Investors, markets, users, everyone thought that it's gone. Competitors started to fire their employees. What we've done? We hired our first head of HR, which was one of our best decisions. And not only that we hired them, I also asked them to double the company as soon as possible. So that's what happened. In 2020, we were 25 employees, 2021, 40, 2022, 70, 2023, finally, for the first time, we were actually profitable, and 120 employees. Unfortunately, the revenue is undisclosed, but we were really profitable. And I felt that we are really in a good direction. And then we also acquired our main competitor, DSM Tool. So I could give up in the beginning because I saw DSM Tool as a competitor. I saw that there is a huge shark in this market, but I just decided to acquire them in the end. At that point, we are really #1. I'm starting to get a lot of messages from investors, private equities, potential acquirers of, let's meet, we want to acquire you, we want to invest in you, maybe you want to IPO one day. And I was always open for that. In 2024, we keep growing, 240 plus employees, tens of millions in annual revenue, and still doing a lot of big things, as you can see there. And I want to share with you that this entrepreneurial journey that I've had, and I believe that any entrepreneurial journey, is all about navigating between these no's. It's all about looking at the next challenge, at the next problem, overcome that, and become a better version of ourselves and of our business. I never looked at the end of the journey. I never thought that I will sell the company to Fiverr or that I will sell in general. I only looked at the next challenge on the next milestone, one by one, overcame them, and that's what we achieved. So focus always on the next challenge, not on the end goal. That's what took me to this position.